Okay. Frankenstein. In the first question, who has written it? The author of the story is Mary Shelley. When was it written? The Frankenstein story was written in 1818. And what's it about? And here I will give you a little summary. Frankenstein is about a scientist named Victor Frankenstein. Frankenstein had been working on a very special project in 2 years. He wants to create life and he succeeds, luckily for him. But unfortunately, things doesn't go as planned. Instead of creating a beautiful new life with many opportunities, he ends up creating an ugly, terrible monster. Frankenstein is so disappointed of his big mistake because, well, he describes it as so ugly here. So he's very disappointed of his big failure. He has nightmares and flees away from the monster because he's scary and don't want to be near it. And then later on, he meets his old friend Henry Clevel, who also, like Frankenstein, is a scientist. They arrive together at the home of Frankenstein, but the monster isn't there. Frankenstein isn't well and gets a nervous breakdown. It starts somewhere here. He gets a nervous breakdown. He is out of control as a nightmare and can't think straight. The illness lasts for a long time. It goes on for months and months. And while he is ill, his old friend Henry takes good care of him. What a good friend. But, of course, the monster wasn't there when they arrived. So, meanwhile, the monster travels around all by himself, all alone. On his journey, he comes to a small house. Somewhere, start here. It's a small house inhabited of an old blind man. The monster asks for shelter and warmth. The old blind man and the monster talk and have a nice time together. So good for him. 2. Find Gothic elements. Yes, and there are a lot of Gothic elements. In the blue line, it was only a dreary night of November. So we have the night, the darkness, of course, who is typical for Gothic, the Gothic elements. Gothic, yes, story. And we also have the rain pattered dismally. So we have the rain, the night, the dark, which again Gothic. And then we have the castle, or well, it said it took refuge in the courtyard belonged to the house which I inhabit. So in the text the author used the word house, and here I did not dare return to the apartment which I inhabit. So here the author used the word apartment, so I was a little confused by these words. So I searched for Frankenstein and found this. Shelley had traveled through Europa in 1814, journey along the river Rhine in Germany, with a stop in Germany which is just 10 miles away from Frankenstein Castle. So, yeah, it was a castle. She was inspired by a castle or something. So we are on a castle, even though she used the word house and an apartment, which I don't understand. And then, of course, I don't remember, but nightmares could also be Gothic elements. He have a lot of nightmares, a lot of where he dream about Elizabeth, and he hold his mother's dead body or something, but in real life he discover it is the monster. So we have the dog, the riddle, the castle, and nightmares. And of course the monster. The scary, scary monster. So, yeah. Then find words about science and religion. I think it was a little difficult to find scientist word, but I found the instrument of life around him. Instruments. He used some instrument to create this life, create this monster. And I had worked hard for nearly 2 years. I know it's not scientist word, but he said he had worked a lot. And in scientists, I think you work a lot. He had worked for this project. Yeah. And then I wasn't sure, but land of knowledge. He had a friend, of course, Henry Clevel, who had traveled, and then he said something about he had traveled to the land of knowledge. So I was thinking knowledge was kind of a scientist word. And then I wasn't sure. I don't have a green line, but I also write limbs, which is bodies. Well, it was difficult to find scientist words, so let's take religion word. Here we have, well, let's start from the beginning. Great God, church, steeple, and clock. And what the heck? Unprejudiced. Okay, it is a very difficult word to say. Unprejudiced. Brotherly love and charity. Hopes and blameless. All religion words. Yeah. Let's describe different things. Like the monster is unprejudiced, which means he don't have any bad thoughts about anyone, and he have hopes that one day he will get a friend, and then he live blameless, which is good, because if you live blameless, there's a chance you'll go to heaven, I think. Yeah. So let's just take the last one. What is the view of nature? Yeah, it is that Frankenstein create life unnaturally. He doesn't do it on the right way, if you can say that. It's not naturally the way he create the monster. He built it. He doesn't, well, have a wife and children. So it's against the nature laws, I think. What it is. It is what's the word? Article. It is. Don't remember. But I think that was the think about. Yeah. That was the end of this presentation. Bye.